things that people do when you're meeting for the first time that give off the absolute worst energy ever. And if you're doing any of these things, I will probably never be friends with you after the first time that we meet. The first thing is that if you are meeting someone for the first time, and especially if it's through a mutual friend, and the first thing they try to do to bond with you is talking shit about a mutual person that you know. I feel like we've all had this experience where someone comes up to us and the first thing that they're doing is literally just talking crap about everyone you know, everything. They're just being negative. And that just gives off the worst energy ever. If I'm meeting you for the first time ever, the first thing you should not be doing is just talking bad about people. The next thing, and I've actually had this happen to me before and it's left the worst taste ever in my mouth, is when someone is kind of introducing themselves to a group of people. They're like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so, and they kind of introduce themselves to everyone, and then they don't introduce themselves to you or make an effort to like say hi to you. I get it if you come into a big group and you're kind of intimidated and you're not just really gonna say hi to anyone, but if you go out of your way to introduce yourself to all the different people in a group and then you don't introduce yourself to me, I'm just gonna think you have a problem with me or you're rude. The next thing, and this is probably like a sure sign that if I meet you and you do this right away, we are not ever going to be friends, is if you are rude to service workers. I just have no tolerance for this. I think people who are rude to anyone in the service industry are just not nice people and we don't need to be friends. The next thing is if we are meeting for the first time ever and you start making kind of like passive aggressive jokes, especially if it's in front of a group and you're trying to kind of like put me down or whatever, just making weird little digs at me when we're meeting for the first time. I don't know you, we're not comfortable, you shouldn't be doing that, and it just gives off really weird energy. And the last thing is if we are getting to know each other and we're talking and you just talk about yourself the entire time, like we're having a conversation and if I try to like say something about myself or whatever, you interrupt me, or you just don't ask anything about me and the entire conversation is about you. I feel like at that point you're just looking for the interaction for some kind of attention and you're probably not someone I'm gonna be friends with.